Hello again and welcome to Tips and Tricks for April 2023. This month, how to export PDF, .csv, or .xml data from an incoming document using Image Manager.
All right, today we're going to do a few little exporting components. The example is going to be from an image manager job, but keep in mind we're going to be using the same tools that are available to you in the design tool and your printing rule sets. So a few different things. Let's say we want to export a PDF of a document that just came in. We want to export it to another directory. We can do that. Let's say we've got, we want to just grab the header data or additional data, and we want to export that to a CSV file. Or let's say we've got an ERP system that we need to build an XML file, and we can export that data. We'll show you how to get started with that. So the first thing is in my scripting, the simplest way to export a PDF would be opening up the library object. We need to give it a file name as step 2. So I'm going to export things to a training subdirectory using the doc ID as the file name, .pdf extension. And now the get image method for the library object, we are simply supplying the current doc type, doc ID, the sub ID, which is the image, and then a place to write the image to, which we just established in the line above. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm writing this in the custom post-upload section because this sub ID here is not available until the image is actually archived. All right, so when that occurs, a PDF gets written out. We'll do that in just a second. I'll show you a couple other quick examples. Let's say we want to take some CSV data and we want to export it out. So I've got a quick example here of building what my CSV file name is going to be. We're going to open up a text file object. We're going to optionally purge out data if a file already exists, or we could just append data. But we're going to build what our headings are going to be, the column headings, and then what data we want to put in there. Now this can be extended to add line item data, can add multiple documents, so on and so forth. You're just going to want to append that data in whatever format you need to append. So that's going to export a CSV. And then finally, to prepare data to export to an XML format that an ERP would like to read in. It's going to be similar to exporting the PDF, but when you're using the get image object or method, instead of the image sub ID, you're going to use the XML sub ID. Now, what is that? That is the resulting XML data that occurred with that document. So every document in archive has XML data associated with it, and you can get that using this reserved variable XML sub ID. All right. Once we have that and we've written out that data to a temporary file, we're going to need to run a rule file and rule set to know what to do with that data. So I just have that hard coded in some parameters up here. We're going to run this rule file and this rule set. Now that rule file and rule set are going to establish, it's going to start out with a template, and then it will fill in data from that XML and build the XML that you need. So we have templates for various ERPs to get you started with that, but that is how you would call it to get started exporting this data. And real quick, we're going to go back to an image. I'll just finish it real quick. And we're going to go to that training subdirectory. And we just have a PDF and a text file, CSV file that I just wrote out. So those first two examples. We can take a look at the result here real quick. Simple CSV file and simple PDF file. All right, that's how you get started.
Thank you, Brian. My name is Dan. If you have any questions or suggestions about this tips and tricks or future tips and tricks, please email them to dans@synergetic-data.com. For UnForm, tips and tricks, thank you very much. Hope to see you next month.